Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. It is May 24th, 2019. And ladies and gentlemen, I have finally figured out a way for all of us to get our notifications from YouTube and our websites. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull up this live chat real quick. Going to be some people filtering in here. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Oh, let me turn this down. We'll give some folks a few minutes to get their boob tube notifications. We know they're terrible at that. And I'm going to let you guys in on some information that I found out yesterday about YouTube and their notification process. And I have to say that it really set my blood pressure skyrocketing. I was damn near ready to take a nitroglycerin pill, and I don't even have a prescription for that crap. But anyways, folks, we're going to be covering just a few things here today, and the first one is very important. We're going to be testing out a new communication plan that I've worked on since about 3 o'clock this morning. And, it just hit me that I use this same type of program at my automotive garage. And at the garage, we do all kinds of custom work on cars, Harley Davidson, motorcycles, and just, regular auto body and automotive work. And I use a program to let people know when they are set for oil changes, state inspection, tire rotations, things of that nature. And it just never ever dawned on me to use this new tool for Planet X News. And about 3 o'clock this morning, right on the money, I guess I must have been dreaming about it or whatever, or the thought was popped into my head. I immediately woke up and the whole entire plan was just already in my head. I knew exactly what to do. And I, got some coffee, came to my computer by 3:15 a.m. and put this damn thing together. Now, the information that I received the other day concerning the boob tube is that now they're playing around with that notification bell again. And they just released a video on their creator network. Oh man, what was it? A week, 10 days ago, they updated some more information on this notification bell. Well, check this out. Regardless of how big your YouTube channel is, now subscribers like yourselves, only 10 to 13% of you are going to get notified of your channels that you subscribe to. You're only going to get limited notifications. So they kind of want you to take it upon yourself to go back to the YouTube channels that you subscribe to and check them out. Folks, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. YouTube was never like that before. A few years ago, if you subscribed to a YouTube channel, you got the notifications. Now they have all of these snowflakes in there and they're playing around, and I personally think this is a grandiose way of censoring a lot of channels, especially channels that are involved in, quote, conspiracy, and also truther channels. But anyways, let's get back to this little epiphany that I had. So this program that I use down at my automotive garage, it works beautifully. I'm able to create an email notification, and I have all of my customers already signed up for this. And it just automatically runs on my computer the way I have it set up with a calendar program in my computer down at the shop. But I decided, oh wow, this may be the answer. because I get so many emails and so many notifications myself, inbox messages from people saying, "Wow, Scott, I haven't got a notification that you uploaded a video in 2 months, 3 months." I heard from one of my subscribers from Germany yesterday. He thought they took me off of YouTube 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah. It just so happened that one of his Facebook friends shared one of my videos and he saw it. And he still had my email address buried in his email profile. And he sent me an email. He said, "Man, where have you been?" And I'm like, "Claude, where have you been?" So apparently YouTube, or maybe his own country, Germany, censored my information and they unsubscribed him. I have people complaining that they like my video and the like disappears. I had one lady, I forget who it was. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting your name. She just said that she had to like my video 3 or 4 times in order for it to stick. You know, folks, that's all just complete nonsense. And they are going to continue to censor the truth about any type of disclosure. Just yesterday, I believe, the YouTube channel Secure Team 10, Tyler over there. I like Tyler, man. He's a cool dude. I like his YouTube channel. Well, all of a sudden, after all these years, YouTube is messing with him again, and they went and demonetized his whole entire YouTube channel. Every single one of his videos from day one of him being on YouTube. No explanation other than they felt that his tags in his video description were misleading. Oh my God. You know, the whole reason for meta tags and tags is to, reach people, in different trending fashions. So, whatever. I think that was kind of BS for YouTube to do that. And there are a lot of people on YouTube personalities that actually use YouTube for a business. Many moons ago, you could actually make a pretty good living if you were creative and likable. I'm not likable. But if you were creative and likable and you had a pretty good niche, you could make $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month. And then if you were special, well, you could probably make $10,000 to $20,000 a month. But they've taken that all away, and I think YouTube has actually forgotten that they have a partnership contract with the YouTube creators, the people that make the videos. I don't care if you're making a Planet X video or you're making a video playing with your kitty cat. Okay? Without the video creators, YouTube doesn't exist. Hello. Did you guys at YouTube forget about that? If we stop making videos, you can't have content for your advertisers. No wonder you had a $70 billion loss, sucker. But anyways, folks, I know I'm jumping around here. I had a horrible allergy attack about an hour ago. I was going to go live, about an hour ago. Man, I just had a wicked allergy attack. I had to take a Benadryl, and now it's got me all hopped up on top of one of my new flavors of Red Bull. Yeah. Anyways, let's go. So, this program that I use down at my automotive garage, I decided to, let me see if I could use it for Planet X News. So, I did some testing early this morning. I did some testing late this afternoon, and it seems to be working. So, here's where all of you can help me. And you could also help yourself. I put the link to our email subscription network. I put the link in the description box under this video and every single one of my videos that are on YouTube, all 2022. Now, when you click on that link, it will take you to a landing page. And I'm going to show you all of this. And I need your help for once. When you get to that landing page, it simply asks you for your name, first and last, and your email address. You hit the enter button. It will send you a confirmation within 30 seconds to your email, and you have to immediately go over there, open that email, and confirm your subscription. Well, check this out. Now, I will be able to, once we have a database of people, I will be able to notify all of you, myself, of future live streams, Planet X News video uploads, Planet X News articles, because I wrote up 2 articles today that were kind of mind-blowing. And here's the thing. Facebook is doing the same damn thing to me. You know, I used to reach over 2.5 million people a month on Facebook reading my analytics. Now they've got that down to about 39,000 a month. 2.5 million down to 39,000. Again, folks, social media is run by Nazis. I mean, these people are literally sick in the head. They know that people like me and many, many others are using social media to get to all of you. To get to all of you to show you the truth. Pure, full disclosure. Depending on your subject matter, they don't want that worldwide disclosure out there. They just don't. It's sickening. So, anyways, if all of you can just help me out here and help yourself out, take a few minutes during this live stream and go to the description box, click on that email notification link, and I'm going to show you, God, my nose is itching. Somebody must be talking about me. And go to our landing page, fill out that information, name, email address, click enter, scoot over to your email address, or scoot over to your email inbox, and it should either be in your primary email box or your update. If you guys use Gmail, you'll have several boxes up there. Now, what this will allow me to do also, because Dr. Albers had a very, very good idea. She said, you know, you could also use this to inform people in the near future if there is ever any kind of an emergency. And I says, wow, now that's the reason why you have a PhD. Very, very good thought. So I am going to use this in case there is ever any kind of national emergency that I would like to get in touch with all of my subscribers. You know, YouTube doesn't give you that option. I've complained to them before. I'm like, look, I would like to reach all 82,000 of my subscribers. They emailed me back and they said, sorry, sucker, that's not possible. Whoa! Yeah, that was one of them little snowflakes that work over there at BoobTube. So, if you guys can do me a favor, if you want to subscribe to this email notification, this is going to be great, because all too many of you are not getting notifications. You know, folks, we put on 5,000 new subscribers in the last 5 weeks. Where are they? We put on 12,000 subscribers in the past 90 days. Where are they? We put on 25,000 new subscribers last year. Where are they? We have 82,000 subscribers to this YouTube channel. Where are they? They're probably not being notified, and who knows? YouTube will not give me an answer on it. So, this way, whenever I am going to do a live stream, I will be able to send out one mass notification to anybody and everybody who is subscribed to that email alert. If you can't sit in and watch at the time that I'm on air, at least you know that new material has been uploaded to this channel, and at your leisure, whenever you get home or you get some time, you can sit down and you can click on the link, and it will take you directly to that video, that live stream, that upload, or that article. Because there is so much that I would like to share with all of you, tens of thousands of you, but I just don't have the means. Social media has destroyed, or is trying to destroy, the truth movement, no matter what it is, no matter if it's politics or Planet X, it doesn't matter. They don't want the truth coming out on all of these subjects. And if we don't fight back, then we're just going to have to lay down and take it in the backside. That's it. And the people that watch this channel do not have that type of personality. We are not cowards. We're tough people. That's why you're here. You're here to learn, and you're here to get that full disclosure. You're here because your mind is hungry for the information, because you are already enlightened. Something is telling you to listen to this man, meaning me. Listen to what he has to say. Sometimes some of you may not agree with me. Sometimes some of you may not even agree with my tactics. But folks, remember one thing about my personality. I'm not the kind of guy that you just push around and get away with it. I've been a fighter all of my life. I've had to fight for everything that I have. And I will be damned if somebody or anybody is going to walk all over me and use me as a floor mat to wipe their feet. Just ain't going to happen. And if I have to fight social media, I will fight them, and I will fight them in my own way. I'll use my head. So let's check this out real quick, because this is going to be fantastic. I did some testing on this today. We already have a lot of people that have subscribed to the email notification already. I did 3 posts on Facebook and 1 on Twitter laying this out, and people started to respond to it, and they started to enter their email and get themselves registered. And it only takes about maybe a minute. That's it, 1 minute. And you folks also have the ability to click on a link in that email and visit our private network if you want to join and have even more access to information that I just can't put on social media. You know, yesterday I did a post about this this tornado damage in Missouri. And the snowflakes at Facebook took my post down. And it wasn't nothing more than a young lady, a young mother, who was being interviewed after surviving, just barely surviving, one of these tornadoes ripping her house apart. I appealed the decision on why they removed my post and the short video. I won the appeal, but for 8 hours, that post and video was removed. Why? I just don't get it. I don't know if they're like, personally targeting me. Ooh, Scott just made a post. We better censor that. Who knows? Who knows what these snowflakes do? Let me show you guys something here real quick. Doobie doobie doo. Now, whenever you click on the link in the description box to set up your notifications, I set this all up today. Took me about 1 hour, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It works absolutely perfect. This is the screen that comes up. Please enter your name and your email address. No problem. I don't think anybody that follows Planet X News can't answer those two questions. But yeah, put your full name in there and enter your email address and click that big red button that says enter. And bingo, you're halfway there. Go over to your email inbox, find the confirmation email. It usually pops up between 30 seconds and 1 minute, and confirm your subscription. And that's it, folks. You're done. You're completely done. Now, what this does on my end is it only sends me the email address, and it goes into a database format, and each and every day or whatever I'm going to do, if I upload a few new articles onto planetxnews.org, you don't know about it. I post them on Facebook, but now Facebook is censoring everything that I do for some reason, and my reach has been shrunk down to like 90%. So, there's nothing they can do about you getting a private email, is there? And again, at your leisure, during your downtime, you can go to that email, you can click on that link, and you can go and get that information, read about it, watch it, do whatever you need to do. The same thing is going to apply with our videos here from YouTube. I will be able to notify you of an impending live stream or a video that I uploaded or a live stream that I finished that you never knew about. Yeah. That's another inbox message and email that I get every single day. I get hundreds of those emails. Sorry, Scott, I missed your live stream. YouTube didn't notify me. Everybody has their notifications already set up. We are all not dummies. We know what is going on. And this is social media censorship. And I don't get what these people are really trying to do. You know, I mean, am I hurting anybody with the information that I talk about? Am I really hurting anybody? Absolutely not. It's ridiculous. But if I was sitting here playing with my bunny rabbit's testicles, you know, yeah, I would get 2 million views, man. You know? Ridiculous. But this is what comes up whenever you click on that link, folks. And again, you know, while you're listening to me flap my gums here, if you can do me a favor, if you want to, if you click on that link in the description box to set up email notifications, enter your information, click enter, and then wait for about a minute. Go to your inbox and confirm your email subscription. And I think this is going to work out really, really good. Now, here's the kicker on my end. This costs me $465 a month. Yeah. Is the microphone working? Yeah, that cost me $465 a month. $465. Now, am I asking any of you for that money? Absolutely not. I have the money. So, I've decided I upgraded my account, and because we are probably going to have several thousand people signing up, hopefully, yeah, it's going to cost me more. So I had to upgrade everything. Yeah, it cost me $465 a month. But you know what, folks? Here's the deal. Unlike other YouTube channels, I'll spend my money on you. I'll spend my money getting the information to each and every one of you. I'm not going to sit here and pander and ponder and ask all of you, hey, can you do me a favor, boo? I can't afford to do this. Can you guys hit that PayPal button in the description box under my video? I desperately need the money. No, I am going to absorb this $465 a month. And here's the other kicker. Once we get past 5,000 email subscribers, that 465 is going to go up to 625, and it's going to end up going higher and higher. But here's the thing, folks. I have ways to offset the costs. It's no big deal. I don't rely on YouTube earnings and book sales and t-shirt sales to fund my life. I have a business, and I don't worry about this boob tube stuff. But it does matter to me that whenever I do put information out, I consider it to be important. And as you can see just the other day, a very, very simple video warning about severe weather saved the lives of 4 people and an unborn child that will now be able to be born and come into this world. Although the world that she's coming into is probably going to be a pretty rough place, but at least she'll have a chance. And this family in Texas, they will have a chance. And again, if you guys didn't hear my other live stream, Kathy and Roy, they're going to be moving to Fairmont, West Virginia here in about 2 weeks. And Roy's company is relocating his entire family up there, and they are going to start over. And again, I have found some really, really good new friends that, I'm not going to talk too much about it because it gets me really choked up. But that was a very great story that came out of there. So if you folks don't mind and you want to stay directly in touch with Planet X News, this is the best plan that I think will really, really work. Why? Because I have control of it. I don't have to rely on the boob tube or Facebook or Twitter to send any of you notifications. I got a few emails from people that said they tried to follow me on Twitter. And remember the other day I said, wow, I can't get past 48 followers. And I've had people for weeks telling me, excuse me, that they've been trying to follow me on Twitter. And each time they click the follow button, it just goes back to follow, not following. I don't know. I mean, have I made that bad of an impact on social media that every single one of them target me? Look, folks, they do it to people. Okay? look, they did it to Alex Jones. I know a lot of you don't like Alex Jones. You think he's crazy, silly, goofy, whatever. But news is news. Information's information. If you subscribe to it and you want to hear it, then you should have that right. Don't you agree? I mean, that's like paying your cable bill, but your cable company decides, hey, well, you know what? On Thursday night, I don't want you watching Ancient Aliens anymore on the History Channel, so I'm not going to give you access to Ancient Aliens. We're not going to put it in the guide, the online guide. We're not even going to let you know that it's on. Yeah, same thing. So if you guys don't mind and you want to stay directly in touch, this is going to be a good plan because, again, folks, if anything would occur that I would have to get some type of an emergency notice out to people, this would be a fantastic way to do it. Here's another thing. This will now make it easier for you to share the email that I send to you. You can forward it to however many friends that you want to. You can now start to enlighten those people. Write them a short little email. Hey, Bob, this is Jane. Hey, I want you to take a close look at this information. I've been following this guy for a year now. I think you would enjoy this and blah, 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 blah. And then just forward my email to that person. And, you're doing your little part in creating a bigger network for all of us. Because that's what this is all about, folks. If something really does go down, something really bad does happen, and maybe there is some time, maybe I find out about it, maybe I hear about it, and nobody else does, and I get a mass email out to all of you, hey, you never know. We may save a few more lives. And let me tell you something, folks. That is a deep feeling. That's a very, very deep feeling. Back in 2011, my grandmother and my grandfather were living in a high rise, for elderly people, 10 stories high. And it was on just a dreary, rainy November evening. And my grandmother invited me over, and she made some homemade lasagna, and she made my favorite apple crisp. Homemade, man, the best stuff. I sat down, enjoyed my time with my grandmother, had my lasagna, and we were sitting there talking. And the next thing you know, she said, hey, are you ready for your fresh apple crisp? I'll take it out of the oven. I said, absolutely, Grandma. Bring it on over. As my grandmother went to the kitchen, I smelled this real thick smell of like plastic smoke burning. I opened up the door to my grandmother's apartment, and the whole entire hallway was full of smoke. You couldn't see the wall in front of you. That's how bad it was. There was another elderly lady in the hallway jumping up and down and yelling and screaming and saying that her apartment was on fire and she locked herself out. Oh boy. Yeah. So I saw that the fire was pretty bad. This was a modern apartment building. The apartment doors were made of steel, and there was no way for me to get in. So I pulled the fire alarm, which was supposed to set the sprinkler systems off. The sprinkler systems failed on 7 of the 10 floors. There are little strobe lights inside of the apartments in each of the rooms, and those strobe lights are for the hearing impaired. So at least they'll see the strobe light flashing if they don't hear the siren going off. 100% of the strobe lights failed. There are 24 apartments per floor. Okay, this is a 10-story building. I don't know, I just jumped into full action. I got my grandmother and my grandfather out and into the elevator, and I started running down the hallways, banging on people's doors, literally opening up their doors if they were open, and literally grabbing people. I picked up I don't know how many elderly people, and I was literally running them down 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flights of stairs. I pulled one old lady right off the toilet. She started beating me over the head with a newspaper. She was sitting there on the toilet reading newspaper. Grabbed her, threw her over my shoulder in her pink little nightgown, and ran her butt down the hallway. I saved a cat that scratched and bit me. And by the time I got downstairs, and I already had about 50 people out of the building, the fire departments all started coming. And as I was running down the steps with 2 more elderly people, the fire chief was running up the steps in full gear. And he had an axe in his hand, and I stopped him and I said, "Hey, chief, that's a steel door. That axe isn't going to do you no good. You got to get the master key." He said, "Find it downstairs, bring it up to me." I did just that. Whenever I got back up to the 3rd floor where my grandmother lived and the fire was, the smoke was so thick I couldn't see. I started running down the hallway, and I ended up tripping and falling. What did I trip and fall over? The chief. His breathing apparatus failed, and he went unconscious. I ended up falling on top of him. The guy weighed about 250 pounds. I drug him about 60 feet down the hallway and into the fire escape stairwell where other firemen were coming up. I saved his life, and I saved the lives of 75 other people that day. I was all over the news, from CNN to ABC to all of the local channels. And once again, people said, "Wow, you're a hero." Look, I think heroes are like, back in World War II. I didn't consider myself a hero. You just jump into action when you see things happening. The moral of that long story, folks, is this email notification program is just another way for me to make sure that I can get to all of you as fast as possible in the case of an emergency. Because you folks live all over the world, all over the United States. I just can't reach out and touch you. But if I can get information to you in a heartbeat, that may be enough to save lives, and I think that's a good thing. So if all of you guys can help me out and set up your email notifications today, it won't take you but 1 minute to do it, and we will go from there. Later on, after this live stream is over, I will check to see how many new email subscribers we have, and then I will create a test email for all of you. That test email will be the 2 latest articles that I have posted on our Planet X News website. One of them is dealing with a brand new volcano that has formed in less than 6 months right off the coast of Madagascar. Madagascar is a small island off of the eastern coast of, the western coast of Africa. Eastern coast of Africa, sorry. And this volcano is 2,400 feet high and several miles wide. It's already erupting underwater. They scanned that part of the ocean 6 months ago, and that volcano wasn't there. They just recently scanned that part of the ocean again, and they found it. It's now there. So in 6 months, a massive volcano, underwater volcano, has formed. it has really freaked the people out in all of that surrounding area, because any type of massive volcanic blast, and if you have a side of the volcano that slips, it is going to cause a massive tsunami. Massive. I'll go over that information with you and I'll show you guys. And this is a very serious situation. I've never heard of an underwater volcano forming in 6 months, especially one that's 2,400 feet high and several miles wide. Crazy. Once again, now, seismologists over in California are getting a little squeamish because they're detecting all kinds of increased seismic activity right along the San Andreas Fault around the California down to San Diego area. And just 2 years ago, they came out with a report that they were afraid that the area of Ventura, California, would be the epicenter of a cataclysmic earthquake. So there's a lot of news out there, folks, and I guess we're not going to be able to rely on social media platforms to get it to us. So this is my answer. Like I said, this is going to cost me $465 a month. I don't care. Like I said, I have the money. No big deal. So after the live stream, for all of you that have signed up, you'll get an email notification from me probably within 30 minutes after our live stream. And that way you guys can see how it works out. I'll show you what it actually looks like. Just give me 1 second. This is what the sign-up page looks like. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Okay, yeah, this is what pops up. This is the actual landing page that I created this morning, and I just made it pretty basic. Matter of fact, I'll put this link in the live chat. And you guys can check it out. And I'm going to scoot over to my email, and I'll show you how this all looks. Now, see, it sends me a notification right there that only one person, only one of you have, well, maybe here's 3 of them here. But anyways, this is a test email that I sent myself. And this is the way that it looks. So this is what you'll see whenever you get the email. It says Planet X News, new video upload. It says, if you were not notified by YouTube of my latest live stream or video upload, please click on the link below and view it now. And that's it, folks. You click on that link, boom, takes you right to the video. And there's some information right there for our private network. If you want to join, you can click on that link and go ahead and join that. At the very, very bottom, you can unsubscribe from that notification anytime you want. You're not under any obligation at all. You can unsubscribe from it. This will usually appear in your updates. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. This is the other test that I did, and this was for one of our articles, and this was the Planet X News latest article. Planet X News has released a new article, massive underwater volcano forms near the island of Mayotte, and panic sets in. And there's the link right there. You can click on it, and that's exactly what we'll do. We'll switch over to that, and we'll check this out real quick. And I'll just show you how it works. So you click on that link, and it will take you directly to the article. You don't have to play around. Saves you some time searching through social media, Facebook pages, Twitter feeds, the whole 9 yards. Bingo, man, you can go right to it. You can share it. You can tweet it. You can read it. You can do whatever the hell you want. But yeah, this is a very interesting story. If you take a look at this photograph, the one with the triangle right here, take a look. This is a sonar image that they use to scan the bottom of the ocean. And if you look, follow my cursor, this red line right here, that is a massive 2,400 foot high volcano that has formed in about a 6-month time period. That sea bottom was once flat. There was nothing there. There's no fault zones there. There's nothing there. Nothing at all. Like I said, they scanned that area 6 months ago. There was nothing there. They scanned it again. Boom. You see the plume right here going upwards? That right there, folks, is a massive volcanic eruption. Massive. Remember, that volcano is 2,400 feet long, or 2,400 feet high. I think a mile and a half to 2 miles wide. That thing is huge. Now, when these underwater volcanoes are erupting, they are spewing toxic and noxious gases into the ocean. Not good for marine life at all. Like they were saying in the article, you can scoot down here and you can read all of the information on here. The article's not that long. They're going to be keeping a very, very, very close eye on this situation. And right down here is a map. And it shows you right where I pinpointed the location. It is just slightly northwest of the northern part of the island of Madagascar, and right off of the coast of Mozambique. They were just inundated with floods and rains a few weeks ago. My God, those people's lives have been turned to crap because of all of that. If one side of that volcano decides to slip, it will probably create a massive, massive tsunami, which will inundate the whole entire coast of Mozambique and definitely wipe out coastal areas of Madagascar. And yes, there are millions of people that live here. Millions. Depending on the location of that slip, if it happens, it could create a tsunami that can travel all the way across the Indian Ocean and slam right into the eastern coast of India. Remember what happened on Christmas? What was that, Christmas Day? Okay, 250,000 people lost their lives in that tsunami in Sumatra and over in India. Horrible. Horrible. So things are happening around the world. Oh my God, they're just, it's insane. It's so much to keep up with. And on top of what's now happening in our own country with this wicked weather, there is no end to it. So I do think that this is the best way. Set these email notifications up, and you guys can answer the emails. Go to your email whenever you want. Sit down, check it out. Oh, okay, Scott uploaded a video, did a live stream. Oh, okay, I see here he posted 3 articles on his website. Let me check them out. This way, you guys don't have to search for the information. You guys don't have to go all over the place. You could find it in one spot. Simple as that. I like it. I think it's going to work. And this is my way of fighting back. Because if YouTube is only going to notify 10 to 13% of the subscribers of a YouTube channel, then what the hell is the purpose? That's ridiculous. I was looking at my analytics. They started this program a while back with this reduction in notifications. I looked at my analytics. I'm able to see how many people viewed my videos by notification. And they're damn right. They reduced it all the way down to 10 to 13%. But folks, yeah, this is a very, very interesting article. There is a whole team of oceanographers, geologists that are watching this situation off the coast of Madagascar, the island of Mayotte. And what prompted them to start taking a look at this over the course of the last year are these earthquakes that have been occurring, because there's no fault lines over there. And also the East African Rift. There's a large chunk of Africa that's cracking off. They have rifts or fissures that are miles and miles and miles long, 20, 30 feet across. They're huge. They're 60, 70, 80 feet deep. They go on for miles. And it's like the portion of the whole corner of Africa is literally about to break off and separate from the continent. It's no joke. It's actually happening. Scientists give you that disclosure, oh, well, we won't see this actually happen for at least 1 million years. Yeah, right. Okay, it's absolutely happening, and you may see it. You may see it in your lifetime. The hell with that scientific disclosure. I'm not buying it. Hell no. But, yeah. So that was the latest article that I was investigating earlier today. And I also posted this article, The Tectonic Time Bomb, Recent Burst of Seismic Activity Has Scientists Taking Notice Once Again. The San Andreas Fault, all the way from San Francisco, all the way down to Los Angeles. And they're watching things very, very carefully in the San Diego area, because there's been a rash of activity just before the border of California and Mexico. So a lot of things happening out there. And so now you guys can see how that email notification actually works. And, all you have to do is, you see what that email says right there, folks? Look at that. Your video is suitable for all advertisers. 40 million people at risk. You see that right there, folks? You see that? That just shows you right there. The other day, whenever I did that, I did the video titled, the live stream titled 41 million people at risk, tornado. 2 minutes after I ended that live stream, YouTube demonetized the video, which I don't give a shit about, and they issued me a community guideline strike. What did I do? I used the word flood. Flood, 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 flood. Tornado, tornado, tornado. Apparently, I don't know, the word flood goes against their rules. I appealed it. As you can see just now, I won. But I'm sick and tired of doing that. That's ridiculous. What happens if I was talking about Noah's flood? Maybe if I was a pastor and I was going over Bible verses and I was going over the event of Noah's flood. Oh, am I going to get a community guideline strike for talking about religion? Pfft, probably. Yeah. So you see, folks, I think this is going to work very, very well. I would greatly appreciate all of you helping me out, and in turn, it will help all of you out. And we will nip this in the butt. No doubt about it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump out of there. And I want to show you guys something here real quick. Oh, there has been just catastrophic damage with these with these tornadoes. Oh, my dear God. It's been really, really bad. I wanted to show you guys something, and I'll just go ahead and I'll pull up each of these individual videos. I'm going to pull this one up first. I was looking on the back side of the sun just yesterday, pulling up some video. There is a way for me to see the back side of the sun, and I was using Helio Viewer, and I'm waiting to get my eye on those sunspots that are rotating back around the back side of the sun. Because I've seen a whole bunch of activity on the western limb of the sun as we can see it from Earth. And, you know, like I said, folks, those sunspots fizzled out as they passed by 10 days ago, just like I predicted. But I also predicted that they would flare back up once they got around the western limb of the sun. Why would they flare back up? Because they're right now encountering the probably the largest of these 3 Planet X objects as it's coming up over from down below. It's coming up and over, and it's now interacting. It has that magnetic connection once again with these sunspots. Those sunspots completely fizzled out. Okay, we confirmed all of that. They lost all of their negative polarity. It was gone on both sunspots. Now that they've made their way around the backside of the sun, right where this Planet X object is now making its upward motion in its orbit, they're now reconnected. And now those 2 sunspots are hurling all kinds of solar flares, filaments, plasma loops. I'll go ahead and let me get out of this, and I'm going to show you the actual video that I made. I'll just mute this. And you can see these huge flares. This is on the back side of the sun. The left side, as we're facing it now, that's the western limb of the sun. We are on the other side of the sun. So this is the back side. Take a look at these flares. Just take a look at the video, the left side of what I'm trying to show you here. Look at the activity. We haven't even seen the sunspots come around yet. They're coming. Folks, you have to realize something also. These flares that you're seeing and these releases of plasma, they may look kind of small on your screen, but let me just tell you, you're looking at 50, 60, 70,000 miles from the sun's coronal surface out into space. Looks a little bit different, from the video view. You can't really get that type of size perception. I'm going to turn this back a little bit. I want to show you guys something. I'm going to stop it right here. This is the back side of the sun right now. Take a look right here. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm detecting 3 active areas on the back side of the sun. I don't know if this one in the middle is a sunspot. I've checked all space weather. They don't know. NOAA doesn't know, or they're not saying. NASA doesn't have anything on it. I can't confirm if that is a third sunspot, but that would be 2740. This would be 2741, and this would be a new one. But they'll renumber all of these once they break around to the eastern limb of the sun and we start to see them from the SDO view. So this is what is firing on the backside of the sun. Now, we are in the lull period. Remember, I told you guys, during the last week of the month, okay, during the third week of the month, we go into that lull where we don't see any Planet X captures. We don't see no visible observation of it because it's down below the ecliptic. It's now making its way back up. Usually around the 23rd, 24th, 25th, getting towards the end of the month and really close, like the 29th, 30th, 31st of the month. Now, during that period of time, from the 28th, 29th, and 30th, now that object has made its way up over the sun and is now coming down the backside very, very slowly. And remember, folks, this takes about 28 days. And there are different rotational speeds for the sun also. The sun rotates at its northern and southern axis different than its rotation at the equator by several days. So the sun is a very, very strange creature. But during this time frame, this object, or actually these objects, are moving up over the sun. Now, I don't know about these other two smaller objects. They may break off a little bit in their orbital pattern. I don't know. I don't have enough evidence to really talk about those. But the largest one, that's the one that we always see. And that's the one that's in the camera view 99% of the time. Once that bad boy breaks over the plane of the sun onto the backside, that's when we're going to see some activity. So, today is the 24th. I would probably say in a couple of days, it could be today, tomorrow, or the next day, but within the next couple of days going towards the end of the month, we are probably going to see some form of coronal mass ejection on the backside of that sun, just like we did on April 30th. And on April 30th, if you guys remember the photograph, we captured that massive monster again. Right within the expulsion of that CME, it lit it up like a sparkler on the 4th of July. I love that saying. I'm going to go ahead and play this so you guys can check it out. I uploaded this onto my YouTube channel, but nobody watched it. Nobody gave a damn. Or maybe you didn't get the notifications to it. But you can see, I just recorded all of this yesterday. And this is pretty scary because these areas of activity right now, they're pretty damn big. They're huge. They are bigger than they were the last time they came around. And I was listening to another solar scientist yesterday. Look at that region. Now this is kind of a different view. This is the 284. I can't see my screen. I think that's a 284 view. Check this out, high definition. Yeah, where are you going to see that on another YouTube channel with Planet X? Yeah. That is a massive, massive filament release right there. Massive. Check that out. Boy, I love that stuff. Now, this is a little bit in slow motion, and this is a composite view. Slowed things down, created it into an ultra-high definition 4K, so you guys can see in slow motion the actual beauty of the sun and the mechanics of the sun. You know, I mean, without the sun, folks, we'd all be dead. But unfortunately, our beautiful star has been invaded by other stellar objects. But you know what? We're no different than other solar systems. out there in other galaxies and the universe. It happens all the time. We're nothing special. But the fact of the matter is, mainstream science and governments, they just don't want you to know. They think that you're going to panic and then they'll lose control. Well, yeah, it might happen. I don't know. But this is some pretty interesting footage. I put it together so everybody could actually see some of the beautiful inner workings of the sun, and it's quite interesting to see what's happening there. Some people may find it very, very boring. I don't. This was the latest capture the other day as these active spots were rolling around the western limb of the sun. I included some photographs here. These date back to November 30th of 2016. I caught this on the stereo ahead HI1, and that photograph right there, that got my YouTube channel suspended for 21 days. Yeah. I don't know why, but they suspended my YouTube channel for 21 days for showing that photograph right there on the left. I forwarded this photograph at the time. I was actually friends with Steve Olson. I actually thought that Steve Olson was doing legitimate work, and I forwarded him this photograph and a few others that I had captured. He showed this to his subscribers, and they suspended his YouTube channel for 30 days. So, later on, folks, debunkers came out and they claimed that that was a reflection of the sun in the camera of the stereo spacecraft. Here, let me just stop that right there, and why don't you let that sink in, okay? Look at the picture to the right. All three are the same photograph, but the photograph on the right shows you 3 dimensions, 3D, okay? It shows you depth. Take a look at this plateau. Oh, this is in a video, shit. I can't zoom in on it. But you see this plateau right here? This is a massive structure of land or surface right there. In my other videos back then, in 2016, I was able to zoom into that and take a cropped image of it, and that thing's massive. I mean, that's like over 100,000 miles of a plateau surface of some kind. Now, all of this surface area, you can see it was being stripped away from its interaction with the sun. And I can guarantee you now, this object does not look like that anymore. It's probably pretty well been smoothed out, and we can see that right here. I'm going to stop this right here. This was the photograph up here that I was able to obtain with the 2 German astronomers back in 2017. They disappeared off the face of the Earth because, they probably don't want to be killed, or they don't want to lose their jobs or their families or their careers. But as you can see, that surface in 2017 compared to 2016 has pretty well been smoothed out. And these were all the same day. 1, 2, 3. Does that look like the sun? Boy, those debunkers really suck. Yeah. Let's take a look at that and let that sink in. Yeah. I'll let this play through. That was an incredible capture, and ever since that day, That's when we started having all kinds of issues with the U.S. Naval Observatory and getting access to their data from the SETI imaging on the stereo spacecraft, space telescope that we use. And before, back in 2016, their data was available within 12 hours. Now, you're lucky to see that data show up, well, maybe anywhere between 3 and 5 days. Yeah. And they're probably cleaning it up because the SETI components on the stereo spacecraft are different. They have different camera views, and we were able to see different things. And me going over to the SETI website on a daily basis, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, I was able to make absolutely phenomenal captures of this object. And, like I said, folks, over the years, I've taught NASA and the European Space Agency, I've taught them how I do my job. And they've done everything under the sun to prevent that. No doubt about it. But you'll never see any photographs like this. You'll never see any evidence like this on any other YouTube channel unless they're copying it from me. Damn, I ran out of Red Bull. Yeah. We'll go ahead and get out of this, but I wanted to show you guys that backside activity. It is quite impressive, to say the least. I wanted to show you guys some of this radar imagery from early this morning. I saw something very, very odd. Actually very disturbing. And you can see I took this radar footage at about 5 o'clock in the morning today. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, this is what I was looking at. Massive storm cells. Actually like 3 or 4 of them in a row, moving upward through Oklahoma, Kansas, into some of these north central states. Oh my. We're talking complete devastation. The flooding is really, really getting bad. And also, these tornadoes are nothing to mess around with. I was listening to some actual reports of survivors. And, boy, you could tell these people had the shit scared out of them. I was listening to a report from a mother and her teenage son that ran into their basement, and they were covered up down in the basement. And that's where they tell you to go. Well, lo and behold, their house, the whole second floor disappeared, and the first floor caved in down into the basement, and a few of the floor joists came down like a little teepee right over top of them, and created a space for them that saved their lives because the whole first floor caved in down to the basement. So they actually had to be rescued, and they made it unscathed, unhurt, thank God. Another young lady who is a mother, I think she was in Jefferson City, Missouri. I was listening to her testimony on the Weather Channel, and I felt really bad for her. You could see that she was scared to death. But she said, I should not even be here. I should not be here. Her whole house ripped apart, shredded, while she hid in the bathroom. Another lady, they were interviewing her while she was standing in her living room today in Jefferson City? Yeah, she was standing in her living room. There were no walls, just a fireplace, and no roof. Gone. So there's been a lot of devastation, folks, and these supercells, this is not going to stop. This is going to ramp up probably even more than what we're seeing right now. These are EF3 tornadoes. There's a very, very high possibility over the course of the next week or so, actually the next month or so, we may see these threes turn into fours and fives. And if that's the case, we are going to see massive destruction. And the destruction in Jefferson City, Missouri, it's like a bomb went off, folks. Incredible. These people need help. You know, I do have to hand it to the electrical workers. They are working their butts off to restore electrical power to these folks. But the flooding that's coming in now, my God. And the state of Iowa, say prayers for those people. They've already been under flood conditions the week before. Now they're going to go, for a couple more rounds over the period of the next week. But what I was looking at 5 o'clock this morning when I was looking at this piece of radar imagery is where this storm was initiating from. Follow my cursor right there. You see where my cursor is right here? You see right where my pinpoint is, right there. I said to myself, well, that doesn't look right. It doesn't look right at all. Yeah. To me, that looked like a piece of geoengineering right there. This was at 5:30 in the morning. Temperatures, they were relatively cool. There really wasn't anything weather-related right there where I just showed you that pinpoint. Right there, where my cursor is. Right there. Check this out. Let's get out of this video, and I zoomed in. Oh, I zoomed into the top part up here. This is the black and white view. Now, take a look right down here in the corner of New Mexico. Right there, where my cursor is. What the hell's going on down there? All of that weather system that you see stretching across multiple states was all coming from one little tiny little pinpoint down there. But why? See, folks, when I see things like that, that's when I start to think about geoengineering. Or something sadistic, something sinister going on. So let's jump out of there and we'll flip over to the next piece of video. And this was the close-up. Now you just take a look at that. You look right here, right there. What in the hell's going on in that corner of the state? Well, you know me. I'm always looking into something. As soon as I smell something fishy. So what do I come to find is right down there in the corner of New Mexico, right where you see that cloud formation coming out of nowhere at that tiny, tiny little pinpoint and then exploding up into the atmosphere. There's a potassium chloride manufacturing facility right there. Yeah, that's right. Potassium chloride. Not really harmful to the human body, but there's something happening right there. Right there on the spot where that potassium chloride manufacturing plant is. What the hell's going on? Is it just a coincidence? Is it just me? Or is that small potash, that's what they call it, potash, Potash. What are they doing there? I'll show you. Check it out. I'll show you in a second. Here's another view, and this will give you a view of how that jet stream right there started twisting, and you see how it's pulling upward like that, and it is just a perfect setup for a little bit of geoengineering. Yeah. I don't know, man. Are they purposely trying to drown these folks out by increasing the power and the positioning of these storms? Because I'm going to be quite honest with you folks. Right where you see that pinpoint where that massive storm front originated from, there was nothing conducive to these conditions, weather related, that would produce what you're seeing on your screen right now. So somebody did something. Somebody did something to create what we're seeing right there. And this potassium chloride plant, it's not that big, but like I said, it caught my eye, that teeny tiny little pinpointed area down there in the corner of New Mexico. So I took a look, and I'm going to show you what I found. Check it out. We'll do it live right here on the live stream. Let's jump over here. Let's jump over here. And let's go use our Google Maps. I don't need this. Let's get into the satellite view. Okay, so here we go. Here is New Mexico, right there. Right there where my cursor is where we saw that the origination of that storm front as it was being born. Let's go take a look down in here. And as we move, where was that? Damn it. Oh. I thought I had it labeled. Damn it. Let me back out of here, folks, real quick. I thought I had it labeled there. Yeah, because I started looking around in this area, and I'm wondering what in the hell is going on down here. I'll find it. It's around here somewhere. Oh, I know the quick way to find it. We'll stop pissing around here. Potash. Western Potash. I think this is the company. if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if it comes up. Western Potash. Western Potash Corporation. This gave me the one in another state. Damn it. Nope. You know, I had this damn thing all laid out, and for some reason that damn thing is not. Now I'm not going to find it now that I'm on a damn live stream. You know, figures. Where the hell did I find that thing at? There's a huge plant right there blowing off this stuff, and it's right there. Is it in Carl? It's not in Carlsbad, is it? It was right near this. Okay, it was right near here. Further down. Where it's, I think I'm getting, this looks familiar. Oh my God. There is a damn place down here where this factory. Was this it? No. Oh my God, folks. Listen, I had this damn thing pinpointed. There is this potassium chloride plant down in here. It's right there in the damn corner, and you figure I'd be on this live stream, and I put a damn pinpoint there and I saved it. For some reason, it's not there. But I thought it was very, very suspicious that all of that was coming from that specific area, that piece of storm front. Let's just see something here. Potash, New Mexico. Now that's bothering me. Oops. Back that up. Ah, there it is. There she be. Yeah. Now we got you. Did it find it? No, it did not. What is going on here? Damn it. I want you to find me something here. There we go. It's about damn time this Google Maps works. Here it is. So this is this weird potassium chloride plant. This is where it was. This is what I located. And I was kind of moving around back and forth trying to find out exactly where that storm was coming from, where it was originating from, because it just didn't look right. You know what I mean? So as we back out from that pinpoint, you can see right where that damn pinpoint is where that storm was starting to originate from. But, you know, as I zoom in further and further and further on this, I was trying to see if I could see any type of smokestacks, you know, anything like that where they would be able to emit things into the air. And I'm not sure, you know, potassium chloride, I mean, that's what this company's labeled as doing. But as I was poking around this plant, looking for, you know, some kind of smokestacks. They don't have to be real tall either, folks. All they have to do is pump something in, you know, straight up into the sky, into the lower atmosphere to get it going. And that's when I kept looking at these objects. These are round vents of some kind. I don't know what they're used for. You know, I mean, I'm just theorizing here. I'm just poking things into the wind. But it's definitely a facility. They say that they make potassium chloride. No big deal. Blah, blah, blah. But who's to say? You know, they got a pretty good supply of something out there. To me, it was very, very suspicious. I was looking around at all of the different areas here. There's a few things going on here. Nothing that really looks odd, except at that one place. And if you pan all the way back, right there is the corner of New Mexico, right where we saw that storm. Right there. I don't know, folks. Am I just being a conspiracy theorist here or what? Or does that look a little suspicious to all of you? You know, could they have been pumping something into the atmosphere at that particular point right there to spark this these supercells? Because I'm going to tell you something. At 5:30 in the morning, you know, you really wouldn't see this type of activity that intense. But it's very suspicious. Very suspicious. I don't know, guys. What do you think? What's your opinion? Looks pretty damn suspicious to me. Yeah. Yeah, baby. I don't know, folks. I think they might be taking advantage of a situation there, and I think they may be taking advantage of the weather systems and maybe creating some more damage. I don't know. Very, very hard to say. Who knows what these evil people do, you know? We're going to take a quick look at the GOES 16, and we'll take a look at what's actually happening there in live time right now. And you see how they keep coming out of the same area pretty close? Now this looks more natural. But that one occurrence down there at that Potash chemical plant I don't know. 2 and 2 equals geoengineering. And it doesn't take much, folks, to do some geoengineering. If you have a small facility like that and you can pump a chemical up into the atmosphere like that under the correct conditions, hell yeah, you can create weather. It's not that hard. I mean, as long as you have the facilities. But this is the current situation. This jet stream has taken another kind of erratic movement, and it is literally pulling up all of this moist and hot air from Mexico, and that huge high pressure, folks. Oh my God. Listen, I know there's a huge threat of these tornadoes for the rest of the night going into tomorrow morning, but starting tomorrow, that huge high pressure system. Let me get my crayon out real quick. I think we're going to see more deaths from this high pressure that is going to wrap around. It's going to get stuck right here. And that high pressure right there, they are going to have anywhere from 5 to 7 straight days of 99 degrees. It may even top 100. We'll see. There'll be a few states around there that will, be around 95, 96, 97 degrees. There's a few states that will be at 99 degrees. I think we may see triple digits. This is possibly going to last for 7 days. There is a potential for it to last a little bit longer. They're already talking about getting cooling stations set up for people that don't have air conditioning. And this is very, very odd because normally, when a high pressure system sets up like that, as strong as this jet stream is, it would usually bump it out and usually bump that off into the Atlantic and push it across the Atlantic, or it would break up. But this jet stream it has a very, very, I'm going to show you, it's come down like this, and it has taken this. That is weird. They were actually talking about how this jet stream changed in a matter of 12 hours. A few days ago, that trough, and when I refer to the trough, this is what would be referring to the trough, right down in here. That trough wasn't as prominent. It had more of an upswing like that. And this would be your trough right in here. And that high pressure was here, and the low pressure was up here. So this just all changed, again, very, very rapidly. And because of the change, because of the change, you could actually see on this version here, you could see where this is coming down. It came down, and there was a very, very sharp dip right here. And this is actually going to cause this heat wave to just sit right there. It's not going to go anywhere. I mean, we're talking really extreme temperatures. If some humidity sets in there, that could actually kick off some pretty powerful storms. I don't think we would have any tornadoes over there, but that could kick off some pretty powerful thunder, lightning, but we'll see. But it's relatively going to be dry, hot air, 99 degrees for about 7 days. So we actually may see more deaths related to the heat wave than we're actually going to see with all the threats of these tornadoes. And again, folks, this is going to be part of our daily life now. For a long, long time, probably for the rest of my life. I mean, I don't know how much longer I have on this earth. I hope maybe another 30 years. But this next 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, this is going to be horrific. Not sounding like trying to be like Donnie Downer here, but the facts are the facts. And the more we know, the more knowledge we have, the better off that we are going to be. And we have to fight back in some way, some form. I don't know about you, but I'm not just going to lay down and die. But this is the situation. We've already had one death. Things are heating up down there already. Yesterday, bad situation. Here's the thing, folks. Bring in your pets. Watch your kids. And be very careful for getting your children in a car. And then you go run in the store. And then you're in the store for an hour. And you're like, oh my God, I left my baby in the car. Yeah, you're going to jail. Because you just killed your child. Don't take your pets to the store with you and leave them in the car. You know, all too many times I go to Walmart, I'm walking through the parking lot, and I hear a damn dog barking. I look over, and there's some nitwit that left their dog in the car with the windows up. Hey, listen, folks, I'll smash the window. We're allowed to do it here in Pennsylvania for dummies that do those types of things. Leave your pets at home, in the house, go to the store, do what you have to do like a normal person. Don't bring your pets with you and then lock them in a hot car where the temperature could rise to 150 degrees in a few minutes. Same thing with your kids. During this period, folks, for any of you that live in this area where this high pressure is going to be, heed the warning now. You're going to start feeling it definitely tomorrow if you didn't feel it already today. Keep yourself hydrated. Try to stay out of the sun. If you work outside, that's a different story. And the big problem is the Memorial Day weekend is churning around, and this heat wave and this high pressure system is going to sit there all the way into the 1st of June. So again, people are going to be drinking, partying, having a good time. Alcohol will dehydrate you. Alcohol will make you do stupid things. And the combination of all of that will get you a trip to the funeral home. So be careful. Things are going to get pretty nasty in this section of the country over the next 7 to 10 days. Just please be very, very careful. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I'm going to be watching some things very, very carefully with these activity zones on the back side of the sun. That's not what I wanted there, damn it. On the front face of the sun facing us right now, there are some coronal hole openings. I'll just pull this up here real quick. And once again, we are kind of right back to the same thing every single month. We see some very, very quiet periods right towards between the middle of the month and the 21st. That's 7-day time span. That's when this Planet X object is below the ecliptic. Now it's coming back up. And just about now, it's around this backside, right over in this area, right back here. And that is where, a few days ago, that's where Mark caught that burst of plasma just coming out of space and going towards the sun. Incredible. And we still have to get together and jump on a live stream and talk about this because it is truly an incredible capture. We do have a bunch of coronal hole openings. Once again, they're all Earth facing. We're probably going to see some solar wind moving in over the next couple of days. That's definitely going to induce some more earthquakes, but I don't see anything that will cause catastrophic earthquakes, above 6, 7. We may see a barrage of high 4s and 5s over the next 7 to 10 days. But what we do have to worry about is what's coming around that backside. So over the next 3 days, I'll be able to get better views of those active zones on the backside. And I'm very, very curious because right now, again, the theory that I've developed over the years, I feel that I'm about 90% correct on this. And all it's going to take is for these sunspots to come rolling around again, get to the backside there in about 24 to 48 hours, and we see another huge coronal mass ejection, and we capture that object again, like we did on April 30th. And if that's the case, then I'm going to have to say that this theory is 100% correct. And for the last 3 years, me working on this orbital path is correct. Absolutely correct. I want to touch on one more thing, folks. I had a few people inboxing me today. Once again, talking about this guy, Brian Knight, talking about there is a black hole out there by our sun. The planet X is a black hole. He's just making up all of this complete nonsense now that he wants these YouTube views. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, folks, there is no damn black hole out by our sun. If there was a black hole near our sun, we'd all be dead. Okay? That's just all complete nonsense. And again, we have to continue to fight for people spreading disinformation on social media because it really does inhibit the science of what we are finding out. Because then people get mixed up and they don't know what they're listening to. And that's not cool. Let me tell you a little story. Today, very early this morning, whenever I was up, I started to do some work, and I just happened to be on. I just happened to jump on Marfugal TV over there on Adam's channel, and when I'm up in the early middle of the night like that, he's over on the West Coast. And I love the Marfugal family, man. They're great people. So I happened to jump over there. I'm listening to what Marf is saying. And I see that guy, Brian Knight, jabbering away in the live chat. And he's basically pandering to all of the people in the live chat to subscribe to his channel. And he knows I'm on his heels. That's a fact. He knows now that I am on his heels. So I called him out once again in the live chat. And wow. It was pretty incredible. I mean, I didn't say anything bad. I didn't call him any names. But now all of a sudden the moderators on Marfugal TV, one of them specifically, started jumping all over my shit and then put me in timeout like a little kid. After I've supported that channel, even financially, every time I'm on there, I'm throwing $20, $25 to their YouTube channel. I know it has nothing to do with Marf, but I think that that moderator was very, very out of line, because why would you allow somebody to sit in your live chat and spread lies and disinformation to your people? That doesn't make any sense, does it? So I was pretty insulted by that moderator's actions to put me in timeout. And then he was kissing the ass of Brian Knight. Oh, it's okay, Brian. Scott's acting like a bully. We don't do that here. Do what? Like I said, folks, if I found out that somebody was lying to you and I didn't tell you, and you found out that I knew about it, would you be happy with me? No, you would not. You'd be pretty damn mad, wouldn't you? You'd be pissed off. So, he's on there telling people that there's a black hole out there by the sun, and this Planet X object, is a black hole. I forget what the hell he was saying. Just a bunch of nonsense. We have to stick to the science. We have to stick to the actual observational facts. And then I happened to take a look at one of his videos that somebody pointed me to. And this one lady's been a subscriber of mine for many, many years. And she said, wow, Scott, she goes, this guy must be going back through your videos and looking at the dates of your captures. And he's now going back to those points on stereo, SETI, and SDO. He's pulling up that information on the coronagraphs or wherever you found your observational evidence, and he's pulling it up and claiming it to be his. Like I said, folks, this is not the first time, won't be the last time that somebody else rides on my coattails. But what he's telling people is not the truth. It's like some kind of fairy tale. And the more and more you absorb that kind of nonsense, the more and more you're going to cloud your mind. So don't do it. And, stick to the hardcore science. Stick to the facts. And we'll be okay. Mark mentioned to me that he's tried to reach out and help this guy, and tried to teach him a little bit more from what he's been learning from me. And the guy refuses to listen to anything that Mark has to say. And to me, that's a telltale sign of deceit. So when somebody is trying to guide you in the right way and in the right path by giving you good information, and you turn that down, you are creating a very deceptive situation. That's showing me that you don't want the truth. You want YouTube views. You're looking to be the next YouTube superstar. And Brian's going to find out very, very soon as YouTube places his channel within that algorithm for conspiracy channels. They're going to bury his channel, and he'll be lucky if he gets 50 views or 100 views per video. So that's just the way that it goes, folks. I deal with this kind of stuff all the time. I've been dealing with it for years and years and years. But not much happening really on the sun. This is our quiet period. I do look for things to heat up within the next probably 5 days. We'll see what happens. It may be a little bit of a longer stretch, but we'll see. But definitely getting towards the last couple of days of the month, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, close to the first of the month, we'll probably see quite a bit of action popping off on the backside of the sun. And then you'll start to see right over here where my cursor is, we will start to see that energy from those three areas pouring off of the eastern limb of the sun as we face it here. If that's the case, once again, then my theory is right, and these Planet X objects are just behind the sun, and it looks like they have regenerated these sunspots. So again, only time will tell. We got a short amount of time to deal with here. I'll be watching it very, very carefully. And hey folks, look, one more thing. Let's go right over to here. For any of you that haven't signed up already for the Planet X News email notifications, I put the link in the live chat a couple times. The live chat's just flying by. My God, what am I missing here? Yeah. But anyways, folks, sign up for this email notification. There's no need to mess around. It will take you 1 minute. Type in your name, your email address, hit enter. Wait for about a minute. Go check your email. You'll find the confirmation for what you've submitted. Confirm your submission. Excuse me. Confirm your submission. Then you'll be on the way. This is the best thing that I could do to fight against this new notification policy from the boob tube. And Facebook's already doing it. They rolled that crap out, I think a year ago, where they limited the amount of information that you will see from people that you are following, like your Facebook friends. I think you'll see like 25% of it. So again, social media was once a very, very good tool for all of us. Now it's our enemy, and we have to literally fight back. And this is the way that I am going to fight back. And remember, this is costing me almost $500 a month. I don't want the money from you guys. I'm not asking you to donate a dime. I'm going to pay for this myself. I've already established all of this. This is for all of us. This is our network. And I said this back in 2016, folks. I warned everybody that we were going to see very, very drastic changes in our weather. Changes that were going to be unbelievable. People called me a liar. They called me a criminal. They called me a fearmonger. They called me every name in the book. Where are those people now? Here we are, just a few years later. Where are you now? Why aren't you calling me a mother effer now? Why aren't you calling me a fearmonger now? Yeah, because you don't have any proof of that. I have all the proof now. Everything that I said back then is now happening right now. And it's going to get worse. There's no doubt about it. What we're seeing now... What we are seeing now, folks, is just the tip of the iceberg, as they say. This is just the beginning. Yeah. You want to talk about the end of days? Listen, you want to make a reference to the Bible? You wait for about 5 years from now. Yeah. 5 years from now. 2022, 2023, 2024. Yeah, there may be things on this planet, folks, that may be unrecognizable. And even at the year of 2024, you still got 6 more years to go. Yeah. So it's very important that we stay in touch. It's very important that you guys have access to the information as it is coming out. This is the best way that I could figure out for all of us to do it. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's costing me $465 a month. And as the as the email database grows, it's going to cost me even more money. But you know what, folks? It's worth it. It's worth every single penny. Because if it saves one life, just one, it's worth it. Now check this out. I had a bunch of you over the last week asking me about the t-shirts. You want the chemtrail shirts. You want the USA Truther shirts that I designed. Well, folks, like I said before, all you got to do is go to the description box under our videos, my videos, and go to the Planet X News online store. And you can pick these shirts up. They're $25. But check this out. I just did a redesign on the USA Truther shirt. I just got mine today. And check it out. Yeah, baby. USA! 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 Can you guys all see that? Yeah, baby. Look at that. USA Truther. Coming at you. Hardcore, baby. Yeah. And I choose the higher quality of the shirt material. I like it. It's fantastic. I just got mine. Mine just came in the mail today. So you guys, there was a whole slew of you that were asking me for those USA Truther shirts. So they are available. They're on the Planet X News online store. The link's in the description box under the video. And I don't know if you guys could see, but I got my skull shirt on. My Planet X News disclosure. Yeah, baby. Can y'all see that? I like skulls. I even got, I got my skull tattoos. You guys probably think I'm weird, huh? Yeah. But yeah, folks, all this stuff is available. All the links are in the description box under our video. But listen, do me a favor. Join our email notification. You won't be sorry. You may find this a lot easier than running all over social media, running all over the internet, and running all over YouTube trying to find me. And if anything ever occurs that they, blow Planet X News off of YouTube or whatever, this will be one way with a few pushes of a button that I can get in touch with each and every one of you. And last but not least, if there is ever a major emergency announcement, this would be the way that I could get in touch with everybody with a few pushes of a few keys on my computer. So I do consider this, again, another part of our network, our informational network. And you could also share this with other folks. Share this with your other friends and family members. Hey, send them the link. Hey, sign up for these email notifications. And then you could watch this. You can check it out at your leisure. When you're not busy. When you're home, you got some time. Sit down, open the email up. Check out the video. Check out the live stream. Check out the articles. Whatever you want to do. And again, at any given time, folks, if you don't want the emails coming to you anymore, go down to the bottom of your screen on your email, click unsubscribe. It's that easy. Doesn't cost you a penny. Anyways, folks, I'm done here for tonight. If you guys want the new USA Truther shirt, they're available on the online store. Check out our new email notifications. I'm going to be sending out a notification probably within the next 30 minutes to an hour. And that's going to be a test run for everybody who signed up. And it will be giving you links to my 2 latest articles on our Planet X News website. And again, folks, if you want even deeper information, join our private network. The link is in the description box also. It will also be included in the email notifications that you get. So it's all there. I'm trying to make it a lot easier, a lot more functionable, and social media is trying to make it harder. It is what it is. We are in a fight. Yeah. Anyways, folks, be very, very safe out there. Watch your weather. Things are going to get nasty again overnight and into the morning hours. And again, it's going to be one hell of a day weather-related in the Midwest. A lot of flooding, a lot of rain, a lot of tornado activity. So please, watch yourself, be safe, and you will hear from me tomorrow. This is Scott from Planet X News. I'm out of here, folks. Take care. Good night.